Hey, Damien, where are you and your mom? I can't see you anywhere.
Huh?
Well, I've just come out of the bathroom and you're not where I left you. Have you gone into a shop or something?
Oh no, we're not in a shop. I mean, we did go into one, and I bought myself a really nice new pair of trainers and a nice new belt, but we're not in there anymore. I did use your credit card to buy the shoes, though. They were a fair bit of money, but I thought that it wouldn't matter. You'll pay them off eventually, and that's what credit cards are for, aren't they?
Okay, then where are you two? I mean, if we're not quick, we're going to miss our tour, so we really don't have time for you guys to be playing hide and seek right now.
We've already left.
What? You've gone? What do you mean by that?
I mean exactly what I've said. We've left and gone on the tour by ourselves. We arrived early at the place, and the tour guide took the group early so that we could get more time looking around and stuff.
But what about me?
What about you?
What am I supposed to do now? You've both just gone and ditched me?
Well, that's not my fault. You're the one who took forever in the bathroom. Not everyone can work to your schedule, you know. I mean, honestly, we didn't want to miss out on the tour simply because you were taking forever on the loo. I mean, with how long you took, it's clear you've got a dodgy stomach or something, which means that you probably wouldn't have been able to walk too far. Just in case you needed the toilet again, you'd have had to stay by the bus, which means I would have been expected to stay with you, being your husband and all, and miss out on this incredible piece of history. How's that fair to me?
When have I ever stopped you from doing something simply because I'm not able to do it? I would have found something to do if you really had wanted to go and see everything. I don't need you babysitting me all the time. Just because I might have a bit of an upset stomach doesn't mean I would stop you from enjoying yourself.
Well, great. That means that me and Mom can go and do whatever we want for the remainder of this trip, and you can go and do whatever you want. We won't have to deal with your annoying upset stomach and get stopped from doing all the fun things that we want to do, like maybe kayaking the local river or something.
Me going and looking at something else whilst you enjoy a tour is completely different to ditching me for the entirety of our trip. How can you be so selfish and callous? I mean, it's not like I want to have an upset stomach. I can't help it though. And being my husband, I thought you would at least try and sympathize with me and help me make the best out of a bad situation. We could go back to the hotel together and just enjoy a day relaxing.
Why should it be my job to look after you when you're ill? I'm not the sick one, so I shouldn't be punished simply because you are. I want to enjoy my life and actually have fun whilst I can. This trip is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity and I don't want to miss it. Plus, I can't just ditch my mom. That would be rude.
Are you seriously saying that to me right now? I can't believe you. You're actually going to ditch me in a foreign country whilst you and your mom go gallivanting off doing God knows what? Do you not care what happens to me at all?
Well, to be honest, now that you've asked, no, not really.
What?
I've been wanting to say something for a while now, actually, but I've not really been happy being with you. I just feel like you're constantly bringing me down. I don't want to be married to someone who would rather nag me instead of let me just do my own thing. My mom also agrees with me. She thinks that you're just a boring dud and that I deserve someone much more fun as my wife. So yeah, I am gonna ditch you in a foreign country because I want to go and explore all the sights and attractions that I can, which will probably involve quite a few that you wouldn't want to participate in, but I'm not gonna let you dictate what I can and can't do anymore. It's as simple as that.
Uh-huh, I see. But if you've been feeling like this, then why haven't you said anything to me? We could have talked things through and tried to figure out the situation together. In fact, why don't you come and meet me after the tour, and we can actually have a proper conversation about everything. We can figure this out together. I mean, that's what married couples are supposed to do if they have an issue with one another. Talk and communicate and work it out.
No,
What? Why not?
because I know everything I need to know already. I know that I don't want to stay with you and that I want a divorce.
Divorce? That's seriously what you want to do. You don't even want to try and figure this thing out together?
Not really, it'll just be a waste of my time.
Gee, thanks. Whatever happened to in sickness and in health? Or do those vows just mean nothing to you?
Yeah, well, they're just words. They don't mean anything.
Gee, thanks. Nice to know. What was even the point of bringing me on this trip then, if you felt so strongly about leaving me?
Well, I mean, let's face it, you earn quite a bit of money. I couldn't have paid for a 2-week trip in Europe for me and my mom by myself. The fact that you paid for everything was exactly what I needed. Now that we're here, I can go and do whatever I want.
You're despicable. You honestly brought me along just to use my money? If that's how you want to act, then fine. Just come and give me my bag back, and we can both move on with our lives and never have to have anything to do with one another ever again.
No, I don't think so.
What?
I'm not gonna give you your bag back.
You can't just ditch me in a foreign country and steal my purse. That's got my passport and all my money in it.
I know. Why do you think I want it? I'm not gonna use my own money if I can use yours.
What?
Well, I figured that with all the trouble that you've caused me with your boring attitude and everything, I would use your money to finance the rest of my trip and have the fun I deserve. I also want to spoil my mom a little bit, so I'll use your money for that too. Take her somewhere nice. She deserves that.
You can't do that.
Actually, I can, and I have. Think of it as compensation for all the trips that I've had to miss out on because you thought that they were too unsafe or too expensive. I think I deserve to have a little bit of fun, and you can pay for it as a way to apologize to me for the trouble you've caused me.
If anyone needs to apologize here, it's you. You've acted so horribly to me, and I haven't even done anything to you. I can't wait to get home and away from you.
That's if you can get home. I mean, you're not going anywhere without your passport, which I have with me here. Looks like you're gonna be stuck here. To be honest, it saves me the trouble of ever having to see you again, so it's a win for me. Anyway, I'm gonna go now. I've got lots more to do with my day, like buying lots of things I've always wanted, and it doesn't involve staying on the phone and texting you all day. Who knows, I might even find a cute girl to spend my time with. There is one who's been flirting with me a lot on this tour. Maybe I'll see where it goes.
You're actually telling me that you're going to cheat on me? Are you really that stupid? You don't even know that woman. She could be planning all sorts of things.
I hope so. It's been a while since I've had some fun.
You know what? Whatever. I don't care what you do. I'm done with you and your revolting ways.
Yeah, whatever. Good luck trying to get home.
Don't you worry about me. I'll be just fine. You're the one who should be worried. With how stupid you are, I wouldn't be surprised if you got easily taken advantage of.
As if that would happen. I'm much smarter than you. In fact, I was so confident in my plan that I didn't even bring my own money and cards because I knew I'd be able to get yours. That's how amazing I am.
You didn't bring your own money?
Nope. Why would I need it when I have yours?
Oh, you simple idiot. Thank you for letting me know that.
Huh?
Nothing. You've just really brightened my day. Now, if you don't mind, I have an important call to make.
Whatever, just leave me alone now. See ya.
Oh, Sophie, me and Damien are simply having the most wonderful time on vacation. You're really missing out on a lot, LOL. I mean, my son and I are having a great vacation. If you're interested, you'll have to pay your own costs.
I have enough time to move out thanks to that.
Huh? I don't understand. Damien told me that he has all of your money and cards, so how on earth are you going to move out of the house when you don't have the money nor your passport to get back home? Do you really think that I'm so stupid that you can bluff me like that? It's kind of pathetic.
Well, I wouldn't say you're the brightest bulb.
What?
I've managed to get back home as I called the American Embassy and explained what had happened. They thankfully were able to get me an emergency passport and get me on the next flight home a couple of days ago. Once I got back, I started moving all of my stuff out of the house. I'm not going to stay with someone who would so callously steal my stuff and leave me stranded in the middle of some foreign country.
What? But that's not...
It is what happened, and you know it. Hell, you were rubbing it in my face that I'd been ditched like that. But just so you know, I wouldn't be celebrating if I were you.
What do you mean? Why not?
Well, did you know that most banks will encourage you to report any cards that have been stolen or lost to make sure that they don't get used? And they'll lend you a little bit of money if you're in a foreign country so that you're not left stranded. It's remarkable what banks can do nowadays, isn't it?
Wait, Sophie? What have you done?
Oh, not much. I've just done exactly what the banks told me to do, which, incidentally, means that I've canceled all of my cards and have had new ones sent to me here, at home.
But that means that the cards Damien has are...
Completely useless? Yes.
Oh no, we've been using them for everything. When did you call the bank?
Oh, only the very first day you and your son ditched me.
So, for the last few days, we've not been paying our bills?
I guess not. You really are going to have some angry people after you.
Oh no, you've got to help us.
No way. After what you did to me, this is the least you deserve.
I'll tell Damien about all of this.
Good. I hope you do. He deserves to know the trouble he's about to be in.
Fine then, I'll tell him, and then you'll be the one in trouble.
We'll see about that.
Sophie, my mom just told me what you've done. Why would you do that?
Why? Maybe because the man who was supposed to love me decided to ditch me in a foreign country and steal all of my money and my only way back home. Telling my banks on you is literally the least I could have done. which is why I've also decided to sell all of your things back at the house, as a way to make back the money you had already spent off of my cards. To be honest, I thought it was quite an ingenious idea. I've already almost made the money spent on the holiday back. I just said, you owe me a lot of money, and I thought this would be a great way to get it back. Lord knows, you'd never have actually paid me anything. You're too cheap for that.
But that's all of my stuff, my consoles, my clothes, everything.
Yep. Oh, and don't forget the headphones and games as well. It's all for sale.
I can't believe you've done this. Surely it's illegal. That's my stuff, so surely you can't do anything to it.
Well, actually, because I bought most of this stuff for you, I technically have ownership over it, lol.
But that's not fair. Stop messing with my stuff.
Oh, yeah? And I've also put the house up for sale.
What? That can't be possible or legal, surely.
Well, considering the mortgage is in my name, not yours, it's perfectly legal. I can sell the house if I want to, and I get all of the money from the sale of the place as well, whilst you get absolutely nothing.
That can't be right. I'm your husband. I should get some money from the sale of our house.
Actually, you're not my husband anymore.
What? Don't be ridiculous. Yes, I am.
Actually, no, you aren't. Not anymore. I filed for divorce, like, the day I got back from Europe, just like you wanted. It was quite easy, especially after I showed my lawyers what you did to me whilst we were away. They were very eager to help me win my case and leave you.
Hang on, lawyers?
Yeah, when I showed them how you had treated me and had stolen my money and passport, they immediately began to help me get the divorce proceedings underway. I don't think they wanted to see me married to you any more than I wanted to stay married to you. I've left the papers with your brother, along with the rest of your stuff from the house. Well, the stuff that I hadn't paid for, anyway. Turns out that was only 2 boxes full. The rest of the stuff you had mooched off of me. You should be hearing from my lawyers soon about compensation as well. From the way they were talking, it looks like you'll be paying me a lot of money in compensation.
What? Hang on a second. Let's not be too hasty. We can talk about this. Maybe we don't have to get divorced. We can find a way to sort out all of our problems. Let's just talk about this, okay?
No, I don't think so.
What? Why not?
I gave you every chance to talk to me, to try and sort things out whilst we were away, but you wanted to steal my things and leave me stranded instead. Thank goodness I was able to get to the embassy so that they could help me get home. Now that I'm back, all I want to do is get you out of my life for good. I don't need someone so selfish, horrible, and downright vile in my life.
But what about the house?
What about it? Considering the house was in my name, I thought that I would sell it and move somewhere better.
But what about me?
That's your problem now. I don't have to be your carer anymore. I can finally live my life freely and how I want without having to pay for you. Anyway, my lawyers say that I shouldn't talk to you anymore. If there's anything you want to say, you'll have to do it through them. Goodbye.
No, wait.
The divorce quickly went through due to all the evidence that I had over the text that Damien had sent me whilst we were away. He was also ordered to pay me quite a lot in compensation for how he treated me. Once he and his mom got back to the States, the police were actually waiting for them as they had been informed about the theft and fraud the 2 of them had tried to do to me. Damien and Tracy were arrested. However, I decided not to press charges, as I didn't want the hassle of going through all of that and the courts and everything. However, I did ask for a restraining order against both of them, which the court was more than happy to provide. Since then, I've sold my old house and found a new home that is more suited to what I want. It's a lovely little place, which I can finally make my own. I've also started seeing someone on a casual basis. It's not anything serious yet, but dating him is fun, and we're having a really good time together. Hopefully this time I won't end up stuck in a foreign country with no money if I keep on seeing him. As for Tracy and Damien, they were both flagged as scammers with the police, and the banks kept a close eye on them, often denying certain purchases until they could verify the payment method being used. Damien also had to move back in with his mom, as he had nowhere else to go and no money to rent a new flat. I don't feel bad for what I did, as I believe they both deserved it for what they did to me. However, I just wish it hadn't come to that. But some people need to learn life lessons the hard way, and Damien is definitely one of those people.
Hey, Madison. I heard everything from Dylan. He said you went on vacation again. To Hawaii. I thought we were planning on going there together. Why did you go off without us?
Hey, I think Dylan told you, but it was a family vacation just between us. We go on vacation together every year. And this year's destination just happened to be Hawaii.
That's beside the point. If it's a family vacation, then why didn't you invite us?
We go on vacation every year, just us and the kids. I'll reach out to you next time. Talk to you later.
I will not forgive you for this. You can't just leave us behind.
I didn't mean to leave you behind. I shouldn't have to invite you every single time. And we can't pay for your expenses. If you're willing to pay for your own expenses, then you can join us whenever you please.
What are you talking about? You're such a cool daughter-in-law. I can't believe you would say something like that to us. What kind of things is Dylan teaching you?
He hasn't been teaching me anything.
Then you should be able to pay for our expenses, since we're family.
I'm sorry, I don't know if we can do that.
So you can go off and waste your money, but we can't?
I'm sorry, but we actually have a strict budget. Why don't you discuss this with your husband? I don't think there's much else I can tell you.
Things always come so easily for you. But isn't that all because of Dylan?
Huh? What do you mean by that?
The fact that you can go on vacation is all because you married Dylan. And you don't even thank his parents. Doesn't that make you a bad daughter-in-law?
I went on this trip with my own money.
You've got to be kidding me. You're not even making much money. My husband is nice, so he won't tell you this. But we really hoped that Dylan would marry someone nicer than you. We really hate you. Don't you get it?
I don't understand, but I'll invite you guys to the next trip. If you have the means to do so, please feel free to join us.
I will not let go of the fact that you went to Hawaii without us.
You can't just be mad at us. We didn't do anything wrong. Okay, I'll be going now.
My wife keeps complaining about your trip to Hawaii. I'm sorry about that.
No, that's okay. But hey, can you please repay me for the money I lent you? A long time has already passed since you said you would pay me back. Can you pay me back even if it's in small increments at a time?
Is that so? I'm getting older, so my memory isn't too good.
This isn't funny. It seems like your wife wants to travel soon. But first you need to pay me back what you owe. Why don't you try living more moderately?
Oh, about that. Can I also borrow $4,000?
Huh?
My wife keeps bugging me about wanting to go on vacation. If I don't take her soon, she's going to hold a grudge over you guys. So can't you help me out here? Madison, you don't want to spoil my wife's mood, now do you?
I don't want to, but I can't lend you any more money. If you want to go on vacation, you guys should try to save up some money on your own. But before you do that, give me back the money that you owe me.
What are you talking about? We've treated you well up until now, haven't we? I've been helping mediate between my wife and you. So wouldn't you mind lending me a little more money?
I have to refuse. If you can't start paying me back, then I really can't take it anymore. I'll tell your wife about this.
Please don't. Fine, I'll figure things out. Just please wait, don't tell her.
From now on, please message Dylan, not me. Or transfer the money into my bank account first, then message me. Thank you. Goodbye.
What's wrong with you? I can't believe you did this. Give the money back, you stupid girl.
Huh? What's going on? Calling me a stupid girl is quite uncalled for, no?
How so? You deserve that title after what you've done.
What did I do exactly?
You had the audacity to borrow $45,000 for my husband. I always thought something was off about you. The fact that you can afford to go on vacation every year, yet you borrowed money from my husband? I bet you used that money to go on the trip. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Did you find an IOU that shows how much debt I owe your husband?
I did. When did this all happen anyways? You didn't even ask for my permission. I can't believe you.
Oh, so that's why you're sending me hateful messages.
Exactly. Now, you better pay us back.
Did you actually discuss this with your husband?
You borrowed money from my husband. And to make things worse, you went on vacation with that money.
Huh? Don't just make things up.
You basically just told me that you went on vacation with your own money. But in reality, you were only able to go because you borrowed that money. Doesn't that mean that I could have gone too? If we hadn't lent you that money, then I could have gone on vacation.
You need to ask your husband about this. There's nothing more that I can say.
I already heard everything from him. He said that he couldn't say no to you when you asked for help. Isn't that right?
What? Did he really say that?
Yes, it's because my husband is very kind. Now, give back the money. What the heck are you doing, thinking you can go on vacation while in debt? And the fact that you didn't tell me about this? You're not thinking straight.
I can't believe that he would tell you that. That's really hard to believe.
Get it together! And you kept it a secret that you borrowed $45,000 from my husband. You've got my sweet husband involved in this mess. Now, give me back the money, you little thief.
I was the one who gave him the money.
What?
You're the one who needs to get it together. You're calling me names even though I was the one who lent him the money. Your husband was in a whole lot of debt from gambling. So he came to me crying about it. He told me that his payment due date was coming up soon, so he asked me to lend him some money. But then he told me he also wanted an extra $4,000.
My husband did this. This must be a joke. There's no way. Stop saying this nonsense and disrespecting my husband.
You're one to tell me. He just didn't like that you found his IOU. So he lied and said that it was money that he lent me. That type of lie is really easy to see through. I will ask you one last time for my reimbursement.
Huh? From me?
Well, what else can be done? Since your husband can't pay me back. I was thinking about taking some legal action soon, if nothing else changes.
What do you mean you'll take legal action? You're talking crazy. We're your family, right?
Even as a family, don't you think you should properly return the money that you borrow? If you can't return the money to me, then I'll have to take the necessary legal steps. Or would you prefer paying me back now?
Madison, please calm down. Let's talk this through. I apologize for my misunderstanding. I had no idea that someone in my family was in debt. I'm sorry.
Thank you for apologizing. Now, please, the money.
About that, can't we just leave this all behind?
Huh? What do you mean?
It was our fault. I'll make sure that my husband hears all about this. I think he'll come around to apologize. You should really come over for dinner sometime if you like.
What are you trying to get away with here?
Please, forgive the debt we owe you.
Are you being serious right now?
Yes, I am. Why? We're family, right? We shouldn't be so hard on each other. You understand, right? If we pay back the debt, then our lives will suffer. If that happens, then Dylan will suffer too, you know?
I've already spoken to Dylan about this. He doesn't seem to care anymore.
Huh? He doesn't.
I guess you never knew about your husband's gambling addiction. You'll have to start there if you want to fix things. Dylan says that if you continue to not pay off your debt, then he won't stop me when I take legal action against you.
Dylan would never say that. You're lying.
You've put Dylan in a tough situation. You send me distasteful messages almost every day. And when I see you in person, all you do is insult me. Regardless of that, I wanted to help support your livelihood. So I lent my savings to you.
I'm grateful for that, but...
Exactly. You should be grateful. But it's too late now.
What do you mean, it's too late?
Forget about the debt. You've got to be kidding me. You must give me back the money soon. I won't allow you to joke around like that with me anymore. I have receipts. Do you think you can get away with this?
I wasn't planning on running away, but I just asked my husband about this, and it turns out he has some other debt as well.
I'm not surprised.
What? You knew?
It's pretty hard for the average person to spend such a big sum of money, like $45,000 on gambling. I assume that since he's borrowing money in unconventional ways, then it makes sense as to why he would be struggling to repay his debts.
Is that so?
That's why I lent him the money, so that he could somehow redeem himself. But things didn't work out. Figure things out for yourselves from now on. We're no longer helping you.
Wait, don't say that. It was all my fault. I'm sorry for all the times I've attacked you. Our family is in trouble now. You understand that we need your help to make it through, right?
That's why I tried helping, but there's nothing more I can do now. I have a job, so they might take away some of my salary if I continue to intervene. Good luck to the two of you. Your beloved husband should be fine, right?
I'm trying to message Dylan so that he can help us, but he won't respond. What's going on? Can you two come over today?
We can't. We're no longer speaking with you. I'm getting a lawyer, so from now on, speak to me through them.
A lawyer? You're seriously taking things that far? Aren't we family?
You've always treated me as a stranger, but now you're playing the family card so that I have to bear your burdens? How far are you willing to go, using others to your own advantage?
Don't say that. We're getting older now, so don't abandon us.
Get yourselves together. You and your husband need to stop depending on us. Work things out yourselves.
Are you seriously abandoning us? Madison, I'm so sorry. Forgive me.
Goodbye now, and good luck, okay? You probably won't be able to go on vacation to Hawaii for a while now. In the end, Madison and Dylan cut off all contact with Dylan's parents. They hired an attorney to handle all communications. Mother-in-law Kathy tried to petition against the case, but was ignored completely and ended up hitting rock bottom. After Kathy got into a big fight with her lying husband, she decided to look for employment. Part of her husband's salary was cut, so they were forced to lose their house along with cutting other expenses. Now they seem to be living in a rundown apartment, doing whatever they can to pay back their debt. Hopefully, they will be able to repay everything back soon.